Welcome to Mathotropism. Here we are going to continue with the circles basics, and I have listed the topics which will be covered in this video. So first what we will be seeing is angles subtended by a chord at a point. So let us take PQ as a chord where the chord is dividing the circle into major arc and minor arc. Let us consider that a point R is there on the major arc. When we join PR and RQ, then angle PRQ is the angle subtended by the chord PQ on the major arc PRQ. Similarly, if there is a point S on the minor arc, then angle PSQ is the angle subtended by the chord on the minor arc PQ. And if we have the center O and we are connecting PO and OQ, then angle POQ is the angle subtended by the chord at the center of the circle. Next we will be seeing about angles subtended by equal chords at the center. So assume that the chord AB is equal to chord PQ. Then, if at the center AB is subtending an angle AOB and PQ is subtending an angle POQ, then both the angles are the same. So it means if AB is equal to PQ, then angle POQ will be equal to angle AOB. So it means that equal chords subtend equal angles at the center. Alternately, if we know that the angles subtended by the chords of circle at the center are equal, then both the chords are equal. Next, take a circle. Let us take a chord PQ. Assume we are drawing the perpendicular OR from the center to the chord PQ. Then OR is going to bisect PQ. That means PR is going to be equal to RQ. So the perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord bisects the chord. Bisects means divides it into two equal halves. So always remember, a perpendicular from the center to a chord of a circle is going to bisect the chord. Alternately, if we are drawing a line from the center to a chord in such a way that it bisects the chord or it divides the chord into two equal halves, then that line is going to be perpendicular to the chord. Next, assume that there are two chords PQ and AB, and just in the previous case, we are going to draw OC perpendicular to AB and OR perpendicular to PQ. Then what they are saying is, if AB is equal to PQ, then OC will also be equal to OR. What do you mean by a perpendicular? It means the distance from that point. So it means these two lines, if they are equal, then they are equidistant from the center. So equal chords of a circle or of congruent circles. Congruent circles means both circles have the same radius. Then they are equidistant from the center. Alternately, if the chords are equidistant from the center of a circle or of congruent circles, then both the chords must be of equal length. Next we will see about chords and their corresponding arcs. Now assume PQ and AB as two chords. If we see the minor arcs in both the cases, then arc PQ will be equal to arc AB. So if it means if two chords are equal, then their corresponding arcs are congruent. Congruent means both are of equal length. So alternately, if two arcs are congruent, then their corresponding chords are equal. Continuing with the arcs, if we are going to now subtend angle at the center, that means with the arc endpoints we are going to join the center. So if PQ arc is there and we are joining OP and OQ, similarly AB arc is there and we are joining OA and OB, and both this PQ and AB are equal, then the angles subtended at the center by these two arcs are also going to be equal. So which means angle POQ is equal to angle AOB. Equal chords subtend equal angles at the center as well as have corresponding arcs which are also congruent. So alternately this comes. Similarly, if the angles subtended by the arcs of a circle at the center are equal, then the arcs are equal or congruent. Let us take the angle subtended by an arc at the center. First, let us assume that PQ is an arc. Let us take a point A on the major arc and join AP and AQ. Then the angle PAQ is got. Now let us join the center also. So OP and OQ are joined. So now the angle at the center is angle POQ. We can see that the angle subtended at the center will be twice the angle subtended at any point on the remaining part of the circle. So it means that angle POQ will be equal to twice of angle PAQ, and it is given as the angle subtended by an arc at the center is double the angle subtended by it at any point on the remaining part of the circle. Continuing with that, what they are also saying is angles in the same segment of a circle are equal. So let us assume a chord PQ and let us assume the major arc. Let that be the segment which we are considering. Now in that, if we take any two points A and B, and if we join PA and AQ and similarly PB and BQ, they are saying that the angle PAQ will be equal to angle PBQ. That means whatever segment we have taken, the chord will subtend equal angles at those points. If we take it a little further and assume that the chord is the diameter, because we know that the diameter is the longest chord of a circle. So let us assume that that diameter is ROS, and if we take one part of the semicircle, then assume T and V are points on that, and if we join RT, TS and RV, VS, then the angle will be both will be equal, and if we see angle ROS is equal to twice of angle RTS as well as RVS. And what is that? Since it's a diameter, it means the angle will be 180. So angle RTS or angle RVS, both are going to be 90 degree. So from this we can also derive that angle in a semicircle is a right angle. Finally, we come to cyclic quadrilaterals. What do you mean by that is, if we have vertices of a quadrilateral in such a way that all of them lie on a circle, then that type of quadrilateral is called as a cyclic quadrilateral. So, if all the four vertices of a quadrilateral lie on a circle, then it is a cyclic quadrilateral. Here, A, B, C, D is the quadrilateral and all of them lie on this circle. So, then A, B, C, D is a cyclic quadrilateral. From that, we can arrive at a property that the sum of either pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree. What does that mean? It means that if I take angle A and the opposite angle to that is angle C, so the addition of angle A and C will be equal to 180 degree. Similarly, if that is 180 degree, automatically angle B plus angle D will also be equal to 180 degree. Alternately, if we know that any one pair of opposite angles of a quadrilateral is 180 degree, means we can blindly say that the quadrilateral is cyclic. This comes because the total angle of a quadrilateral is 360 degree, and if one pair addition is 180, the balance pair addition will also be equal to 180 only. So if we just check that one pair of angles, opposite angles are 180 degree, then automatically that quadrilateral is cyclic. We are going to use all these concepts in solving of the sums from the chapter circles in the 9th standard NCERT textbook. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like and share. Next video on Sunday at 4:15 p.m. IST. Thank you.